What is the ideal body weight for a surfer? Pretty complex topic, but when you reach the solution, it's actually pretty simple. There's just a lot of things to consider what you need as a body type for a surfer. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Kyle Russ. Hydromind is where I post all the things to do with surf fitness, surf performance, how to catch more waves, how to catch better waves. And the only reason I know all this stuff is because I've surfed all my life, but the responsibilities of life kept me out of the water a lot with family and work. I started to struggle. So I built ways to stay in shape for surfing outside of the water. So every time you hit the water, you're always performing better. Now everything that I've built has been around fitness. Number one is a paddle strength system, and number two is a breath training system. Those two things are absolutely necessary, but they don't even work if they aren't supported by a proper diet and a proper lifestyle. So in order to get the ideal surf body, you need to have a target. Where are you headed? I've tried a lot of different things, including more bodybuilding style workouts where I put on more muscle and didn't really consider body fat. But through making a lot of mistakes and having a lot of tweaks and finally finding the way I figured it out is just looking at the best in the world. It should have been my first step, but I had to make mistakes of my own. That's just the way that I learned. So when you look at professional surfers, they aren't bodybuilder types. They don't have big muscles. They don't have really defined muscles. They also aren't super shredded. They don't have a low body fat. None of them are below 10% body fat. They're more around 15%. You can look at Kelly Slater, Mick Fanning, Gabriel Medina, any one of them. They don't have massive six packs because being in that state is hard on your body. You have to be in a caloric deficit, so your body's kind of eating itself. So in order to perform these really explosive movements, to have lots of endurance, and to be light and have a high strength to weight ratio is super, super important. So the body type that they have is a little bit unassuming. They have wide shoulders, they have really strong arms, they don't carry lots of body fat, but they aren't shredded. And so what I call the ideal surf body is someone that has a body fat about 15% body fat, someone who has great endurance and breath control, someone who has great upper body endurance, and just as important as all those is flexibility and mobility in the right places. So how do you get to this? Super, super important to consider how you're training. Using the right kind of movements, functional movements first of all. So squatting, lunging, pushing, pulling, and twisting. So, so important. Surfing's so dynamic, so you have to have that so your body will function properly. But to get down to the right body weight, I use what I call the Waterman diet. And I do a ketogenic diet for a few different reasons. Because the ketogenic diet burns fat for fuel, you can easily maintain that body weight that you want without going too low. You can still eat lots of foods, but another and it's really great for endurance as well. Another key point is burning ketones on a ketogenic diet can actually increase your breath hold time because your brain to think needs oxygen. It breaks down glycogen, so you use glycogen as the fuel for your brain, but it uses oxygen to oxidize it, to break it down in order for your brain to use. But when you're on a ketogenic diet, your brain can use ketones as fuel, which do not require oxygen to break it down. So it takes less oxygen to think, and thinking uses about 20% of your oxygen. So that's huge. So it's giving you 20% extra oxygen that you can use to burn in your muscles. So you can surf longer, hold your breath longer, and perform better in the water, and most of all, be a lot safer too. So you have more endurance, you have better breath control, better breath hold time, and a better body fat ratio. And having a good connection with your body, good connection with your diet, they're the same thing. You can't have a good relationship with your body without having a good relationship with the food that you're putting in it. It's one and the same thing. You literally are what you eat. So in order to get and maintain this type of body, you have to have the right target. You have to know where you're going. To aim for that, what I call your performance weight. So to understand what your performance weight is, there's so many different guides. I'll post a link to one. I'll put right here, or no, I'll put it down in the description. How you can figure out for your height what your weight should be to be 15% body fat or a little bit less. It depends on exactly what your goals are, but that is a great place to start. And when you're there and you find a way to get there and maintain it, you will not only surf better, not only feel better, but you'll increase your longevity so you can surf years and years more. And that's what it's all about. I say that there's a bunch of different ways to multiply your wave count. There's strength and endurance, so you can surf longer without getting tired, but the ultimate wave multiplier is extending your surf career by years, by adding years of quality surfing to the back end of your surf career. So you can be surfing with your grandkids, you can be that old dude out there or dudette, it's full gray, giving all the wisdom, dropping knowledge bombs on all these kids, spreading the passion, sharing the love, sharing the stoke, and doing it for as long as possible. If that's something that you want, that's something that I want to provide to you. That's the path that I'm on. That's the mission that I'm on. I've set this as my intention, as my goal for myself to be teaching my grandkids how to surf, but I want you coming along with me. We are forming this unique group of surfers who, with intention, with goals in mind, with that passion to drive them through to becoming their best selves through surfing is what it's all about. I got all those fitness programs. There's links to those below, but really what I'm launching right now is the Waterman Diet, the Shred program. You can lose guaranteed 10 pounds a month. So it's done a progressive system, so you do it step by step, adding different techniques as you go. So it's not a huge change. You aren't stressing your body by adding a million different things in one go, because that's really expensive on you emotionally and mentally. And that's why most diets fail, because they're crash diets to lose weight really, really fast in an unhealthy way. So we're gonna be adding really proven, scientifically proven tools, but we're gonna add them week by week by week until you get, it's 4 phases. So you get to the 4th phase, all of them will be implemented in a healthy way where it becomes your lifestyle. And in this way, you'll be losing 10 pounds a month or more guaranteed. And it'll be in a ketogenic state. So you have all those benefits I talked about, long breath hold time, better endurance, and you'll have that body composition that we're talking about, the ideal surf weight, what I call your performance weight. It's not a bodybuilding program. It's not get down to 5% body fat and do a fitness show program. This is performance. This is a performance program. Get into your performance weight so you can surf your best, feel your best, and live a long, healthy surfing life. Like I said, teaching those grandkids. That's where I put my mind all the time, because that's a big goal. That's a really big goal. And when I put myself out there, I'm not thinking about being healthy just next week or just next year. It's forever, as long as possible. So I want you to come along on this journey with me too. So I'm gonna be doing a completely free trial. This program is always gonna be a free trial, because I want you to go through it. It's a 4-week program. I'll give you a 30-day free trial, so you can do the whole thing for free. And then only when you get the results that I promise do you pay anything. And if you don't get the results, you don't pay it at all. So at worst, it's free. At best, transform your surfing and your life forever and become an inspiration to all those people around you. Link will be down in the description. And also, if you like this kind of videos, please hit like and subscribe as a favor to me. It'll help me make more content like this. It'll help me help more surfers just like you, so we can all move forward together to these giant goals to be our best selves through surfing. Thanks a lot.